Hello, guys. It's your girl, Steph Perez. Welcome to tonight's live stream. Wow. The 5th of December. We have, 26 days left of the month. Who is getting it in? Who is accomplishing and getting things done in December? Like, who knows that they are springboarding into January, into the brand new year? I know I am. That's why I keep showing up doing what it is that I do. I want to inspire and I want to empower more and more people every single day. So I am going to break down tonight how I knew the very best online business to start for myself. I came to a realization, through putting together content and working with people, over the past month or so. It literally dawned on me, and I've shared this during a live stream. It dawned on me one day that when I came online, I had no online business direction. And so I'm going to actually talk about that. And I hope that by sharing this with you, that it will help kind of ease your mind and help you to see a path for yourself and to realize you don't have to have everything figured out. I hope that my journey and the process that I went through to get to the place of knowing what my business path was going to be will really be able to help you. And I think also with me sharing it, you're going to realize why, unlike a lot of people that come online and struggle, I just didn't struggle when I first got started, even though you guys all have way more of an advantage than I did in terms of all of the information you guys have access to, all of the examples that you guys have of people winning and succeeding. And I just didn't have that much, right? I didn't have the roadmap. I didn't have PPM. I didn't have a lot of these courses that painted the big picture for me right up front. It was literally like a true test of faith. I just stepped out there and I began to do things. And as I share tonight, I hope that you see yourself as a spoiled kid when I'm done with this, because that's honestly how I feel as I dive into some of these Facebook groups and I hear people kind of whining and complaining. And I'm I want to say, dude, right? Chica, do you realize what you have your hands on? Do you realize you have the complete picture? Right. And I guess in some instances that can be a detriment for some people because they can feel maybe it's too much information. But all I'm telling you is being in this thing for 16 years, experiencing so much, knowing what it was like when I got started and knowing what I give people access to now, I'm telling you, I literally do show up for the Steph Perez of 2007 and 2008. I'm here to pave, a clearer path and a faster path for the Steph Perez of 2007 and 2008. That is what I want. I want the Steph Perez of 2007 and 2008 to know that she can get to six figures within her very, very first year in business. Right? That's what I want. Literally, that's the person I'm speaking to in everything that I do, right? Is the Steph Perez that was ready for success in 2007 and in 2008, right? And it's funny because I'm starting to attract those people. Those are the people I actually attract to my business, those that are actually ready. So tonight what I'm going to do is actually break down how I did know what was the best online business path for myself, without even realizing it. And towards the end, I'll kind of wrap it all together and speed it up. So you can see how I went through various cycles and what do you want to call phases of my business. And at one point I was actually trying to get away from what I believe I was called to do for all of the wrong reasons. All right. But the bigger picture is I want to make sure that I help you really see how I discovered for myself the absolute best online business path. And I'm hoping that I can help you get started in that way as far as really seeing what's available to you and to realize that you don't have to have it all figured out. I get emails from people all the time that are I want to start from the ground floor. And I'm don't confuse an investment of $500 or $340, meaning you're not starting from the ground floor. It doesn't get more ground floor than what we offer in these courses, right? I think a lot of times people confuse the investment with being I want to start right at the very, very from the bottom. Well, no, you really don't. You don't want to start. The bottom to me means you're going out there on YouTube and you're watching all of these videos and you're trying to piecemeal together your knowledge and your skill and you're trying to follow all of these different people and you're trying to figure out what's real, what's not real. And starting from the bottom doesn't mean starting with $5. right? Starting from the bottom doesn't mean that you sit here, you try to figure everything out, or you try to become a pro sitting on the bench, right? Like MJ didn't become MJ sitting on the bench. He literally got in the game. Anyone great gets in the game. Anyone great is an active participant, right? In whatever level of success they are desiring, right? They are an active participant. They're not someone sitting back trying to get it perfect. They're literally in the game, and that's how they perfect their craft. Online, it's no different, right? You literally gain clarity from actually doing. And then because you do, I feel like you're honored with more clarity. And that's exactly what happened for me and continues to happen for me. It's like the more action that I take, the more clarity comes about, the more things I realize aren't for me, and the more things I realize are in alignment for me. I would have never reached the levels of clarity I've reached in my business had I just been sitting back, like waiting for the perfect opportunity, the perfect people, the perfect circumstances, the perfect, none of these things would have happened for me if I was just sitting back and waiting. Instead, I always just kind of threw myself out there. I've been an active participant in my business. I've been willing to invest. I've been willing to do the work. I've been willing to do it ugly. I've been willing to make mistakes. Like I've just been willing to get myself out there, right? And because of that, a heck of a lot of clarity came because of that. All right. So hello, everyone. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. So number one, okay. Again, here's how I knew the best online business to start for myself. All right. Anyone else out there that's just hanging out there watching and that's not active in the live chat? Hello to you as well. I'm so stinking glad that you are here. All right. And if anytime during this live stream tonight, you want to learn more about getting set up for online business success, like you know that you need to learn this stuff, you know you need to buckle down, you want like a one-stop shop to get everything that you need to get off to a really, really fast start, my link is down below in the description. I have a brand new link, y'all. It's makemoneyonlinewithsteph.com, and you're going to find everything that you need at one simple link. All right. And if you do have any questions while you're here live, make sure you put it in the live chat. It's really, really, really important that you get your questions answered, that you get the information, because this is the last month that you will be comped mentorship for all of 2024 when you decide to get started, when you decide that you're going to start your online business, that you're going to get serious, right? That you're going to get one of these courses that I'm selling, you're going to be comped into my mentorship hub and my support community for all of 2024. All right, for 2024, all new people getting started in any of the courses, if they decide they actually want mentorship as well, the investment will be $500 for all new people. All right, and so you get like comped $500 for 2024 by making the decision to get started now. And let me tell you something about the mentorship component. I was on Instagram and I was reading comments of a post. And it was in one of these people that was promoting, these programs and stuff. And they were talking about how like buying courses and buying digital products is really, really great. And they said, but the real meat, like the real thing that you want in your online business is mentorship. And it's funny because I saw all of these people chiming in. They're like, well, how do you find a mentor? Where do you get a mentor? And how much does a mentor cost? And it just it was confirmation to me that most people are out there going at this alone or trying this alone. And they're buying digital courses, they're buying digital products, right? And it's like they don't have guidance outside of that. And all I can tell you is that the feedback that I get from like those that are actually actively involved in their business and that are, really like diving in and doing the work, like the mentorship. I've had many members say that it's the mentorship for them. It's absolutely the mentorship for them, right? And so you get a whole year of mentorship as well as support, which means like on Tuesdays when I do office hours, my Zoom room is open up and you get to pop in, ask questions, get guidance, get critiques, say hello, chat with me, whatever. That's every single Tuesday, right? And most people do have questions when it comes to their business. And then my mentorship hub is like a whole next level, of digital education. You get additional lessons. I just dropped a brand new lesson in there today. We did a lesson last night live, right? And the recording's in there now. There's over 60 lessons that are in there. There's resources, there's checklists, there's all kinds of stuff in there. There's swipe files, there's, my email sequences, there's content that you can use for, creating your videos and your posts and stuff. There's all kinds of stuff there. Bonus funnels that you can use, done for you digital products, all kinds of stuff. Right? That by just making the decision now, you're comped into that for all of 2024. And guess what? It's only going to increase in value, meaning that guess what? There's going to continuously be more content added. Just think if I did one mentorship lesson every week, right? That's 52 more lessons, right? That are added in 2024, which we all know, like I'm going to end up doing way more than that. Right? Not to mention the bonus live sessions, like the live trainings that we do for the community. And so like, if you've ever thought like, I would love help, I would love guidance, I would love support, I would love to be able to ask questions, like I'll be your huckleberry, right? Like this is your opportunity, right? To be able to get in. There's no one else doing it like me. I'm just telling you, there's no one else doing it like me. All right. And so decide to get started now. Go to the link down below in my description, makemoneyonlinewithsteph.com. You'll learn all about what's going on. You'll see the countdown timer. All the information you need is right there for you. All right. All right. All right. So number one, when it comes to how I knew the best online business to start. So here's the thing. When I first got started, when I came online, I knew, I feel like I don't even need to look at my notes, but I'm going to reference them because there are definitely some things that I put in here very intentionally that I wanted to share. But when I first got started, like literally I was online searching for ways of making money online or having an online business. I don't even think I called it an online business at that time. I think that was like I was searching for like ways of making money on the internet or how to grow a business on the internet. And do you know why? Because I was in MLM and network marketing and I was, being taught all of the offline stuff. And all I knew is I really, really wanted a home-based business. I didn't want a network marketing company that was going to keep me out and about, the 3-foot rule, going to conferences, all of it. I didn't want to bug my family and friends anymore. And so I was like legitimately looking for an online business. I was looking for something that I could do from home. And I really believed the internet was going to give me the answers to that. So I spent so much of my time on the Work at Home Mom Forum. And I don't know if it's even still a thing. I always say that and I never take the time to go research. But it was the Work at Home Mom Forum. We call it the WHAM Forum. And they had all different kind of threads in there, right? Some were for network marketing companies. There were some for like work at home jobs. There were some for, businesses. There were all kinds of stuff. Some of the threads were very specific to the various companies. And one day I happened to look up on a post that led me to a MySpace profile. And then that MySpace profile led me over to YouTube. And that's when like the doors opened up to me. And I saw a whole new world, that I was literally like waiting for. And I just started hearing people talking about like doing these videos and making money. And I didn't even understand, like, again, I want to share this with you because I think sometimes like people might look at me and think like I came online and I was like, I'm looking for this. And like I had all my ducks in a row. No, I am like the majority of people that come online. I knew nothing. I knew nothing about this stuff. Like I literally wanted to learn. And so I found people that were online, that were making money, or that were on YouTube making money. And I was like, I can do that. Like I saw what they were doing and I was like, I can do that. Y'all, I had never shot a video. I didn't even have like a YouTube channel. I knew nothing about any of this stuff. And so once I discovered YouTube, I happened to like look up on this little like banner ad that was in one of these network marketing groups that I also hung out in. It's no longer around. And I remember I clicked on it. It said something about like a $5 business or a simple business. And I'm like, oh, let me click on that. And so I clicked on it. And that night I joined. I loved everything the sales page had to say. I was like, I think this can be the thing that gets me started. Didn't even know what the heck I was like really consuming. But I was like, you know what the heck? I'm going to give this a shot. So I clicked on the link and I bought that night. I dove instantly into it. I think the next day I emailed the guy that I bought from. And I asked him a couple of questions like about like how he was promoting it and stuff. He shot me over a quick email and then we never communicated after that. And that's when I just set out to get on YouTube and to begin to share with other people what I discovered. So here's the thing. I didn't know anything about making money online. I had no business direction. I knew nothing about trying to turn a knowledge base into a digital product or anything. I wanted to learn how to make money online. And this ebook that I bought, this system that I had rolled into, right? It was that very instruction. It was instructions on like how to begin getting my business set up online. And so as I began to read it, all I kept thinking about was how hard what I was doing before in MLM and network marketing, and how like this was like a brighter side. Like I was like, oh my gosh, literally, I remember thinking this is what more people need. They need to know they don't have to bug family and friends. They need to know they can use the internet. Like they need to know what I'm discovering on YouTube. They need to know like you can really, really, really have a business from home and never have to do that stuff. And so those were the initial things that I talked about. And I started making money immediately, like literally my third day in making videos, I made my very first sale, my very, very first sale. And then 30 days into it, guess what? I made 28 sales. And literally like the reason I made money so fast, the reason I made so many sales so fast is because deep in my heart, I knew other people needed this. And so I just got out there literally every day. Right? Worked full-time as a nurse, came home or either on my off days, whatever it had to be. And I committed to doing a video. I committed to sharing my journey. I committed to letting people know, oh my gosh, this ebook is amazing, right? You've got to get your hands on it. And guess what? People started to buy. They either bought because they understood the journey that I was on. I talked about like where I was in life, where I was going, and how this ebook, this system, right, was helping me to learn this stuff. And people bought. They actually bought for me, right? So literally I got paid really, really fast. Like this is where it starts to get really good. I would really take notes from here moving forward if you haven't already. All right. Because I'm telling you, I watch people, I listen to conversations in Facebook groups, and most people just are missing the mark. They don't even understand like how simple this process is. They don't realize how simple selling on the internet is. Like in my mentorship group, y'all that are in there, like really, really pay attention to the things I'm sharing with you, because those aren't just things where I'm like, oh, this is a good idea. Let me do a video and talk about this. These are real things that gets me results, that have got me results. They're the real insights, right? Like to how I know like this business works and what makes it work. And if you just like, it's these small little tweaks that if you can just tweak them, right, like your business will change. This is where, right, what I'm going to share right now, like you're going to see such a big difference, right, if you understand what I'm going to break down right now. So literally I got paid fast, or should I say I made money fast, because I simply led with excitement, right? And I knew it's what others wanted. I led with excitement. Like literally I was selling every single day. I was like, you've got to get this ebook. You need this. Like I didn't create my videos for any other reason, right, than to ultimately get people to buy the ebook. So yes, I intertwined my journey, my story, what I was learning. I was a personality, right? I built my brand really, really fast. But more than anything, I was so excited about this ebook, and I literally showed up every single day selling the ebook. Now, here's the thing, okay? This is where, like when I'm in Facebook groups, that I realize where so many people are missing the mark. I didn't have any preconceived ideas about like what success meant. I never said anything like if I don't make any money in 90 days, I'm out of this joint. Or, you know, how come I'm not making sales? Like I hear all of this stuff in the Facebook groups, right? I've been at this thing for 30 days and I'm doing reels like they're telling me to do and nothing's working for me. Like, how come I'm not making sales? The reason why like people don't understand now is because everything is about an income claim, right? Like everything is about join this program because I made $1 gazillion with it. So it's like people are signing up for these things. Please hear me on this. They're joining these things. They're signing up for these things for the allure of making money. They don't realize that education's involved, that learning the process is involved. Like they're not in this to make this their new way of life. They're in this because someone said they made money really, really fast. And so it's like, I'm going to get in and I'm going to make money really, really fast as well. They have all these preconceived ideas about how easy it's going to be. And they haven't painted a realistic expectations for themselves. And they're not listening to people that are painting a realistic expectation of what this really is. That's why, like, the people that buy the roadmap or passive profit millionaire from me, their mindsets are different. They're not like, Steph, I haven't made a sale yet, or like, they're not complaining. They're like, I'm learning, I'm getting better, right? Your mentorship community is helping me. Like, what do I preach? I preach, you got to get the knowledge, right? You got to get the knowledge. You got to develop the skills, right? You got to learn processes, right? Like, you've got to be a student of this, and you've got to really be in this to make this your new way of life. It's not about just get in the course so you can resell it, right? It's about get in the course because you're going to learn how to build an online business from the stinking ground up, right? You're going to learn more than most people if you get in and really, really learn what's actually in the courses. And that's something I didn't have. I literally had to piecemeal my entire business together, right, for many, many years. So here's the thing. Because I had no preconceived ideas about like how many sales that I should make, or like there was nothing saying that, oh, Joe Blow over here is making, $30,000 a month and he's only been doing this for 3 months. I didn't have like any comparison like that, because back then we just didn't, the circles I ran in, we just didn't do that. Like, we were really in this to help people learn how to develop themselves online and to really grow something. Right. So for me, like, the knowledge part was always like a no, duh. It was kind of like, you're not going to make money online if you don't actually learn this stuff. Right. And so because I didn't have like any preconceived ideas, I focused on the learning. How many of you guys can honestly say that you focused on the learning? And what I want to say, for the majority of people is, you're not, like, if you're hanging out with me and you're not in this, you're not focused on the learning. You're focused on, how can I make money fast? How can I do this deal over here, this deal over here? Because you're not understanding the fact that you got to gain the knowledge. You're not understanding the fact that you have to understand these steps. You've got to learn content. You got to learn automation. You got to learn the tools, right? You got to learn how to put together simple funnels. You got to learn about payment processors. Like, you've got to learn about like how to use these platforms to create awareness and grow your business. And you got to learn advertising and marketing, right? Like, you've got to learn this stuff if you want to stand any chance at all, right, of making any money online, right? Let's not even talk about really, really good money online. All right. So again, remember the title tonight. Okay, I haven't gotten away from this. If you follow me, you're going to understand this, right? Here's how I knew the best online business to start for myself. All right. Remember, I got started, I knew nothing. I bought something that was going to teach me, right? I bought into an opportunity. It was an ebook that taught me some very fundamental skills. That ebook happened to be part of a business system, right? And clearly I later began to rock the business, well, really quickly, right? I began to rock the business system. But first and foremost, I had to learn what this ebook was actually teaching me. I had to understand, right? And so I got out there, I began to teach these things and share what I was learning with other people. So unlike most people, right? I became a student. I began to learn the business of online business from day number one. I didn't focus on how much money I can make really, really fast, right? The idea of firing my boss first day in business wasn't even a friggin' thought. I committed to making this my new way of life. And I remember telling myself, I don't care what I got to learn. I don't care what I got to overcome. I don't care what obstacles come my way. I'm going to make this my new way of life. So from day number one, I've invested into, right, my success. I've invested into my knowledge, and in 16 years, it hasn't stopped. Okay. So that's just like a little spoiler alert for anyone that thinks that you can just invest a little bit of money and to the moon you go. No, it never stops, right? That's the only reason why I continue to evolve. I continue to grow, right? Is I can continue to invest into containers, right? With people or with mentors or with information, right? That's levels ahead of where I am. All right. So again, because I didn't have any preconceived ideas, guess what? I focused on learning. I was always down to learn. And then without even realizing it, I had an online business, right, that was centered around helping others start an online business. I kid you not. Within my first 45 to 60 days, I was not only selling the ebook and the other elements of the system pretty much every day. You think about my first 30 days, I made 28 sales. I did like 30 videos in my first 30 days and I made 28 sales. That means I was pretty much making a sale a day. If I made my first sale on day number 3, it kind of tells you the way the rest of those 30 days went. So day 45-ish, right? A lady came into my life. She was actually my first customer. And she was like, Steph, you're doing great, but you're sending everyone to a sales page. She basically put me on to email list building, having a capture page. She broke down to me like how I was missing a valuable part of my business by not having this like automation in place. It wasn't called automation. We didn't call it funnels. It was literally, you need to start building your email list. You need a follow-up system. And so within a week's time, I put that in place. But like I said, before I knew it, right around day 60, because I started bringing in so many people and people were like, Steph, how are you making all this money? How are you doing these things on YouTube? How do I start doing videos? How did you build this capture page? Like, the stuff that they saw me doing, they were like, I want to learn how to do that too. And so right around day 60, I started doing conference calls, right? Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, conference calls, where I would get on these calls. I started doing conference calls, and then we started doing Super Saturday trainings. Are you guys catching on here? You guys see why I do a lot of things I do now? Because it worked then. It worked then. All right? We started doing these conference calls, and on these conference calls, we taught. We not only talked about our opportunity, we talked about buying the ebook, we talked about what you would learn, we talked about the actual business system, right? But I taught. I remember teaching them, like, this is the tool that I'm using to build my capture page, and this is how I do videos. And then I put together, y'all, an entire manual. It was an entire PDF, right? Where literally I walked them through. Give me just a second, y'all. Like, I'm not even, like, I want you guys to see, because I promise you the emails and stuff that I get from people, I'm like, you're just making it too doggone hard. I'm sorry. Like, too doggone hard. Let me see. It might be on my Google Drive, but I know I have it. I'm going to pull it up. I want you guys to see it. Here we go. And so what happened was I started, all right, here we go. So day number, like I said, day number 6, we started doing conference calls, right? Like Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Saturdays, we started following what we saw other leaders doing. And we started doing, first off, I participated in other people's Super Saturday trainings. And I participated in other people's conference calls. And I participated in other communities, right? So that's how I learned, right? I was a part of communities. And then because I had a unique community, because while everyone was promoting other stuff, I was promoting this special deal that I just had so much affinity for. And so no one else was doing it the way that I was. Here we go again, y'all. No one was doing it the way that I was doing it. So I had my own community, right, with my business partner at that time. And so remember what I just said, without even realizing it, I had an online business that was centered around helping others start an online business. So let me just show you this. Share screen. Let me see. Window. There we go. Y'all, this was the guide that I created. So it was 10 pages long. Look at this, right? Congratulations on joining the top communities and Online Business Alliance. We like to think of our community as OBA 2.0. Who did I think I was? Like 60 days into my business doing something like this. But you see why I tell you guys, be a friggin' resource. You guys, I don't say that from a place of, I've been in this thing for 16 years, so now I'm a resource. No, boo-boo. I was a resource from like day number 1, because I always, right, remain several steps ahead of most people that wanted to do what I was doing. Like, I was the resource. I was the go-to for my person. I was the one making money. I was the one leading the pack. I don't mean that in a way of beating my chest, but I made sure that I came into this and I treated this seriously, because another thing I made a promise of is that I needed to get this as fast as I could so I could turn right back around and help other people get this as well. I didn't know what that meant, but I knew, right, that what I was doing was not just about me making money and building a business, but that I was supposed to help other people as well. So it's like I knew I had to start making money fast. I knew I had to learn this stuff and get this stuff, because I knew that I had to be a resource for other people. right? And so look at this. Look at this, like a community info, like in case anyone thinks, oh, Steph is just lying. No, boo-boo, I am not, right? Like this conference call bridge numbers, as you can see, look, Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m., right? That was our bridge number. Saturday exclusive team training. For those of y'all that are rocking with me, do you see any similarities? Like, no, you don't have a little nifty PDF, but do you see similarities with what I do now and the importance I hold to community and helping people and loving on people and wanting to see people succeed? It's not a marketing ploy. Like, I'm not saying get in now to get my mentoring for free. I'm saying get in now and get my mentoring for free because it's worth way more. I shouldn't be letting people in for free right now, to be quite honest with you. It absolutely should be an additional cost. But again, right, I even put a little PS in the email to my community today, and I told them when I sent out the recording from yesterday, I said, thank you for making this community valuable. Because without them, guess what? I wouldn't be inspired to do these extra trainings. Y'all, right? Like, pretty much everyone that I see in the live chat, y'all are responsible for making, right, the mentorship hub like what it is, because you're the ones that inspire me to give more to help y'all win, right? So again, this is what I did, you guys. Like I said, right around day 60, it might have been right around day 90, to be quite honest with you, right? But guess what? Look, I broke down. So it's like once you bought the book, everyone got this from me. They bought the ebook and they got this from me, right? Look, y'all, look what I was doing back then. Putting my name, my email address, right? I was like, call me. I was crazy back then, right? And so I gave full instructions. Look at this, y'all. When things were complicated in the ebook they bought, I gave them additional instructions and guidance. Like I just wasn't playing around. Let me go back. I think I missed. There we go. Right, so look at this. Like it walks them through everything. I walk them through buying domain names and showing them how to get domain names for virtually free. And I talk about the different programs that were in the system that we were rocking. And y'all, guess what? I was upselling people as a brand new person. I was like, you might want to make sure that you get upgraded, right? Like I already knew how to sell without even like knowing how to sell. I just knew. And here's the thing. I knew it was in their best interest to upgrade. I knew it was in their best interest to get positioned. Right. So I talked about it. Y'all, that's how we get paid. We put people in the know. Right. I'm not mousy about like, yeah, you need to be in one of these courses. Make money online with Steph.com. You need to be in one of these courses. Right. So that you can get the knowledge and gain the skills and have opportunities. Right. And get my mentorship. Like, yes, you need to be in one of these. Right. Y'all, that's selling. That's selling because I care about people and I know where they need to be to get what it is that they need so they can get what they want. Right? Or you're going to be out there in a sea of information, overwhelmed, confused, right? Like not knowing what to go, listening to a gazillion voices. I don't want that for people because I know what that feels like. So again, like this is the stuff I did as a brand new person. So as you can see, like I didn't choose my business direction. My business direction literally chose me, right? My business direction literally chose me. And like I said, anyone out there, right, that's like rocking with me now, like, you know, it's the exact same love and attention that I give to my business now. I've rocked steady with this kind of flow for many, many years. And I'm not letting go of it this time because I realized how important it was. And that was a dire mistake that I made in 2008 when Staten and I kind of went our separate ways. Like that was one of the biggest mistakes I made. We should have rode that doggone momentum. We should have found a way to stick together. Or at the very minimum, I should have found a way to keep my community going, right? But here's the thing, y'all. The internet can be incredibly wonky, right? Shiny object syndrome, all of these individual things vying for your attention. You're pulled in all these directions. And before you know it, you've quibbled about investing $500 right into a course. But over the course of a year, nickel and diming your money with all of these individual things, you'll end up investing far more. Someone say real talk. Someone say real talk, because there's someone out there that you've done this. You've looked up at the end of the year and you're like, oh my gosh, I've invested so much money, right? 47 here, 50 here, 100 here, $10 here, Black Friday special here. You look up at the end of the year, all of this money, but no direction, no mentorship, no guidance, no business, no money coming in, right? Nothing. Stripe account bare, PayPal account bare, and confused as all friggin' get out. No closer to your goals than the start of the year, right? Now, this is what people need to hear. This is why, right? I am an online business startup, right? Mentor and coach growth. This is why I do what I do, because I know the truth. I know the truth, right? That's why I say 500 is nothing. because I know you're going to spend more than that. And yes, I'm not calling it investing because you're not investing because you won't get anything back from it, right? You'll just blow it and not do anything with it, right? I know at 500, at the very minimum, you're getting my direction. You're getting my tough love, right? You're getting me showing up every single week there for you to guide you, right? And at some point you'll get a clue, right? And you'll zone in and you'll begin to take action and you'll begin to get results for yourself, right? I know this, right? So number 8, so many people, right? They get and they stay stuck because they get lost in their ideas and they never start. I hear it again in the emails that I get, right? It's like, I'm trying to get started. I'm looking to get started. I'm just getting started. And I mean this in all sincerity. I don't know what that even means. I don't know what trying to get started means. I don't know what, like, I'm gathering my ideas. How do you gather ideas around something you have no knowledge of? You have no working knowledge of. And how do we get ready to do anything? You're either, you're going to do something. There is like, I tell you that because all I know is I came online. I was searching. When I found the thing that I wanted to do, I gave myself the green light. I said, babe, we need to go to Walmart. I need to get a webcam because this is what I'm going to do. And he said, fine. He said, I'll give you a year. My husband gave me a 1-year ultimatum because prior to that, I had already wasted so much family resources doing MLM and network marketing, running up our cell phone bills because we had roaming charges back then. And I was going to conferences and all kinds of stuff, right? And I never made money that was worth it. He said, you have a year to figure this out and to make it work, or you're going back to nursing school for your RN. And that's not what I wanted to do at all. And I didn't have an attitude about the ultimatum. I was like, say less, right? Even though say less wasn't a thing back then, right? But that's what I said. I said bet. And y'all, 3 days in business, I made my first sale. I started winning from the beginning because I didn't have, you understand, like, I didn't have a year to sit around and figure this out and monkey around and dip my toe in the water and play, pitter pat. I just didn't have a year. I literally had, my back was against the wall. But here's the thing. I knew I could do this. All the indications, like I knew I could do this by when I saw what other people were doing, I knew I could do this. So his ultimatum, while I respected it, I wasn't afraid of it because again, I knew I could do this. And from day number 1, I gave it my all. From day number 1, I knew I was making this my new way of life. No time frames, no stipulations. This was going to be my new way of life. And I knew that I was going to help other people. So I knew I had to get my butt in gear so that I could be a resource to other people. So I didn't sit around saying, let me figure out my life's path. Let me figure out what I can do. Let me figure out what I can sell. No, I wanted to learn how to make money online. And so I started learning how to make money online. And before I knew it, I literally had a business where I was making money, helping other people learn how to make money online. And isn't that funny? That's exactly what I do now in my business. I advertise and I talk about it. I tell people this is what I do. I make money. I build my online business by selling people the information they need to start an online business and learn how to make money online. I sell them the knowledge. I help them gain the skills, right? I put them on to what it's going to take to be able to make money online successfully. Y'all, and that's exactly how I got started right in 2007, right? So I simply just wanted to learn. How many of y'all really want to learn? Like seriously. Because again, I asked that, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but I asked that because when I read these like issues in the Facebook groups, I'm like, you realize like this is a whole journey, right? Like this is a whole process that you're learning. If you've never been online, you've never had a YouTube channel or a TikTok or an Instagram, you're unknown. No one cares about you because no one knows about you. And if you're trying to market and sell like everybody else and you're not learning how to stand apart, you're not learning how to message and communicate, you're not learning how to build like your own niche and create your own community. Like if you're not learning, write this thing down, these specialized skills, forget about it. Literally, forget about it. Right? You're not going to make any headway because it's a noisy space. And so you can't be in this for like, let me see how much money I can make really, really fast because I hear everyone's making money fast. And if I don't make money, now I get down on myself. No, like you really have to decide, like I'm in this to learn, right? And as I learn, I'm going to be a resource to other people that need this information, right? I'm going to be an amazing resource. I'm going to help my people really understand like what they need to know, right? To get where it is that they want to go, right? So again, I simply just wanted to learn. I was hungry for the knowledge. I've been a student of this industry for 16 years. I refuse to stop learning, right? I absolutely refuse to stop learning. Okay. That's what you've got to be as well. You got to refuse to stop learning. You got to start learning and you got to refuse to stop learning. If you really believe that you only invest in yourself one time and never again, then this is just not the industry for you. It is not the industry for you, because my personal growth, right, is what's played a huge role in my overall business success, right? And that's what got me to six figures, right? Me wanting to learn is exactly what paved the road, right, to my very first six-figure year, right? And many successful years prior to that. And where I am right now is I've been hungry for the knowledge, understanding that if I serve enough people by being a resource to them, the money is going to be a natural byproduct. Where other people are like, oh, I'm selling this popular course, so there's got to be money to be made. And they're not, like, their angle isn't to be a resource. Their angle isn't to help. Like, their angle isn't to go the extra mile to be discovered and to be found and to be seen, right? And again, to help people understand, like, what these, in this example, what these courses are really about, what they really hold, how they shortcut people's learning curve, how they shortcut the path to actually earning money. Right? How like these are all of the skills. This is all the knowledge that you need to acquire, right? To carry your business to your very, very first six figures, literally as fast as you want to. Like you've got to take the time and decide that you're going to really, really learn this, right? Versus trying to think you're going to figure everything out, right? And then get started, because what happens is when you fall into that trap of thinking you have all your ducks in a row, and because what you tell yourself is, I have all my ducks in a row, therefore when I get started, like everything should be hunky-dory. I should be on my way to success. You step out of the student role and you think you already know everything you need to know. And so then you get let down when your success, when the money doesn't happen fast enough. Do you know one thing that I loved with almost every single person that I'm mentoring this month in my special mentorship program? When I asked them on like day number 1 or 2, like what they wanted to get out of December, the majority of them had productivity goals. They had productivity goals because they know it's the productivity that's going to put them into momentum to actually earning, right? Again, that's where so many people are going wrong in these Facebook groups I see. They're so worried about the money, right? But they're not working on productivity. They're not working on, like, again, going live, right? Doing the videos, creating the content. So like literally for all of y'all that answered that way, so stinking proud of you, right? Because you get it. Like you absolutely get it. That work has to come first, right? You've got to put in the time. You've got to put in the work. The internet's not like a magic hat. It's not that, oh, we just jump into this magic hat called the internet, right? Grab hold of an opportunity and jump out and all of us are making $1 gazillion or having these $1,000 days. No, there's work required. There's things you got to learn. There's things you got to develop yourself, right? Like there's just so many things and people just don't talk about it. Because I was a real student, I want you to hear me on this. Because I was a real student and I steadily and still love this space so much, I've built a business, right? I figured out the best business for me because I want more people to realize what it takes to build an online business, regardless what you want your online business to be about, right? No matter what you want to sell, right? I understand every single person that touches down on the internet with an aspiration of making money, like having some kind of website or funnel or system or product to make money, they've got to learn these skills. So I take great pride in having an online business that makes money at the service of people that want to learn how to make money online and grow an online business. So like literally, like my business direction, like I didn't choose it. It literally chose me because I simply wanted to learn how to make money online. Most people use that very lightly, right? I want to learn how to make money online, but then they get in something and they do everything but learn. right? They just set out to earn, right? And they never develop their skills. They never understand what to do and how to do it and how to show up. They never even move into a level of mastery, right? Like they're constantly hopping around, right? From new idea to new thing to promote all of these individual things. And they wonder why they're not having success, right? Something else that came to mind that I think is really, really important. Like you have to stand for something. And so it's like when I see people that I think in their heart, they think they mean well, but I'm like, you were just promoting this last month. Now you're promoting this and all of these individual things. And they think that because they have these like angles that it makes it okay. But do you realize like people buy from us? People buy from us, which means when we take a stand for something, and that is what our business is about. Like that's what our messaging is. That's what we believe in. That's what people are buying into, right? Like when people decide to buy the roadmap or passive profit millionaire or both from me, you know what they're saying? They're saying, I believe in what you're saying in terms of learning, getting the knowledge and developing the skills. So I get what you're saying, right? And they value the master resale rights, but they understand that I got to learn this stuff. I got to settle in and learn digital marketing and learn the business of online business. Y'all, this is the start. Like this is your ground floor, right? Somebody put ground floor, right? Someone in the roadmap or in passive profit millionaire, right? Like literally let them know this is the ground floor. That ground floor has nothing to do with what the investment or the price you pay to get access to something. It's the access. Like this is the ground floor. And there's no finer ground floor because you literally learn how to get set up for online business success. You literally learn how to lay a strong foundation. You literally learn how to set yourself up to begin doing everything that's required to put your business on the map. You learn how to develop your vision, right? To even figure out what it is that you want to do, what direction you want to take, right? If you have an idea, you even learn how to turn your idea into a product that's ready for market. Like you don't have to sit there trying to free 99 it with all of these YouTube videos or thinking you're all alone figuring this out. Like there is a whole course that's there, right? That will offer up the insight and help you begin to unpackage all of these ideas and all these feelings you have around starting an online business. Or you might be someone like me. Thank you guys for putting ground floor, right? Or you might be someone like me where you're like for me, when I saw the roadmap, I was like, the people need this, right? I've been in business 16 years. I didn't join it because I needed the information. I joined it because I was like, oh my gosh, the people need this. I don't have to teach it anymore. I don't have to create courses anymore. Like I can just go live and sell this all day long, every day. Yes, I want to do this. I want this kind of passive income stream. I want this kind of evergreen income stream. I want to be able to invest in it one time and sell it over and over and over again. And I want to help people. And I want people to know this information is there. Like I looked at this as an entrepreneurial opportunity because I realized that people actually need this. Right? Again, everything that it took me so many years to piecemeal together, which I think that's what people are trying to figure out, right? Like I'm just getting started. What does that mean? If you're just getting started, it means that you're diving into learning digital marketing and the world of online business. That's just getting started, right? Is when you're diving into the information, right? And you're starting to put together the bits of your business. It's not on the outside, right? Again, doing things that really are insignificant, right, to growing an online business. Don't talk yourself out of success, right? Because all I know is that when I got started and how I figured out my online business path was by deciding that I wanted to learn how to make money online. And I invested in something that was beginning to teach me how to make money online. And then I started using what I invested in I applied what I was learning to help me make my first sales. And then I became, right, a mentor and a coach to other people. And I began to help them understand how I was having the success that I was having. It's the exact same thing that I do now. All right. That's why I offer the learning or opportunities that I do. That's why I offer the roadmap. That's why I offer Passive Profit Millionaire. That's why I offer my mentorship as a bonus right now, right? Is because I understand, especially now more than ever, It is crazy out there. There's so much information. Like I just had to talk one of my members down that I'm actually mentoring this month. I had to reinforce don't have shiny object syndrome. And I get it's so easy, right? But again, that's the benefit of having someone that has had shiny object syndrome before, that's messed up her business by being all over the place, right? I was able to like speak logic to him. I was able to spit knowledge to him and like, dude, no, we have it here, right? And like bring him back around. The worst thing you can do, right, is literally think you're going to just go out there and like, I got this, right? It's the worst thing you can do because these internet streets are crazy, right? You need focus, you need guidance, right? You need community, right? And that's what you get here. What I love is that you don't just get the community from me, right? The roadmap has their own community that you can dive into, right? Passive Profit Millionaire, they have their own community that you can dive into, right? And I have my own community that you get to dive into, right? Like this is not the only time that you see me, right? Like I said, I do office hours on Tuesdays where it's my Zoom room, right? And it's not like people are busting down the doors to get into the Zoom room, right? So sometimes you can come in there and it could be you and I kicking it all hour long if it's just you and I. Like my Zoom room is literally open to answer questions, provide guidance, whatever is needed, right? You can pop in there and say, Steph, what you working on today? And I'll share my screen and show you what I'm working on. Because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm working my business during that hour. And as people pop in, I just stop what I'm doing to answer their question and help them. You can absolutely pop in and say, Steph, show me what you're working on, right? Or ask me about my business or ask me to break down strategies and stuff in my business. And guess what? I'm an open book. I will absolutely oblige you. All right? So the reason I offer what it is that I offer is that number one, right, you get the knowledge. I know that every single person that becomes a customer of mine, they get the knowledge. I know they have everything that they need to get themselves set up for online business success. And then number two, they gain the opportunity. Like that's how I truly believe. I don't believe I'm selling a business opportunity. I believe literally like I am selling education. I am selling knowledge. I am selling skill set. I am selling, the steps. I am selling the intel that you need to learn how to be very prosperous and profitable online. I am selling what you need to know how to show up, to create longevity. Again, to say it like me, you've been able to be in this thing for 16 years. You guys, I got boss free like 10 years ago. I forget the exact year, right? But I didn't come off my job in the right way. I'll be quite honest with you. I did not. And that's why I'm such a strong believer when someone comes to me and they're like, I'm getting ready to quit my job. I'm like, let's have a conversation. Again, I'm a real mentor when it comes to this. I'm not just about mentoring you on. I mentor you from my real experience. I did not come off my job, right, the right way. So I got to a place where I replaced my nursing income. That's why I share my story exactly as I do. I quit my job. I replaced my income, right? Because I didn't do it right. Replaced my income, and then I built to six figures, right? So I've been through all the stages. I've done things wrong. I've made mistakes, right? But to be able to have a business where I've never had to go back, I've never had to contemplate going back, right? That I get a strong 1099 every single year, right? And that's what I want to help other people realize how to do. And I've shared this before, and I'll share this again in all transparency. With everything I've done over 16 years, this path that I'm on right now, and I'm especially saying this like to those that are rocking with me, right? I've never been more certain, right, about the path that I'm on. Like I know I'm on a path of sustainability. I know I'm on a path where no one can take away, right, like this mojo that I am creating. Why do I know that? Well, number one, because I own the products, right? I own the roadmap. I own Passive Profit Millionaire. No one can ever take away this thing that I'm building right now. They might decide as the creators, like they want to close up their individual sites, but I own the products, right? They are on my computer. I can sell them however I want to. So it's like my groove never has to be interrupted. Same thing is true for you. Right? You get access to the knowledge. You gain the opportunity. Y'all, the opportunity is a reward for being a student of the products that you invest into, right? You gain the opportunity. You will make the money by being a student and learning what's actually in the courses. And I realized I've had to remind some of my members of that. I'm like, you didn't just buy the course to sell. You are a buyer. You are a customer. Get in there and learn and apply what you learn directly to your business. Your business will be made better, and that's how you'll be rewarded with opportunity. But y'all, the third facet is we have ownership. Like, you're not buying a login. You literally are buying digital downloads. They are your courses that you get to own forever. So it's like when you buy an ebook and you get the physical ebook like downloaded onto your computer. In this instance, you are buying the courses, right? And you get the file, the video files, right, sent over to you. So no matter what happens, you own them, right? You absolutely own them. So I've never felt more certain, right, about my business direction, what it is that I do, and especially with this mentorship component and this mentorship edge. Like, I am creating a whole nother income stream right there for not only myself, right, but for my business partners, for my customers as well. This is such a beautiful thing because this is exactly what people need that are coming online, desiring to learn how to make money online, desiring to learn how to get set up for online business success. All right. So don't sit back trying to figure this thing out. Make the decision that if I want to make money online, I've got to learn how to make money online. It's just like if you're like, I want to be a lawyer. Do you sit at home like, I'm getting ready to start being a lawyer? Does that even make any sense? I'm getting ready to start being a lawyer. I'm getting ready to start being a doctor. What does that mean? Like, you're going to med school in a couple of months? Like, you're registered and like you have your pay, like you have a start date? What does it mean? Right? Same is true with an online business. There is no sitting back and saying, I'm getting ready. No. Like med school or like law school, you go to school to learn how to become a lawyer. You go to school to learn how to become a doctor. There's no getting ready for it. You want an online business, right? You got to jump in and learn the business of online business. Like, does when I say it that way, doesn't that just make sense? Right? It puts it right up there with anything else in life that you say you want to learn how to do. Then you got to begin learning it. You're not going to get your ducks in a row to become a doctor without going to med school. You're not going to get your ducks in a row to become a lawyer without going to law school. Right? I didn't get my ducks in a row to become a nurse prior to going to nursing school. Right? I went to nursing school, got my mind rocked, and that's what prepared me to pass my boards and all the things that were needed. I went into it totally unprepared because I didn't know. I was going to school to teach me how to become a nurse. I wasn't getting ready to become a nurse. There's no such thing as that. Just like there's no such thing as getting ready to start an online business, right? You got to decide to learn the business of online business. And I promise you, the world opens up to you in terms of like what direction you want to take it, right? What do you actually want to do? How do you want to do it, right? Like, you just got to decide to begin learning. Right. And that's what I do love about these courses. No matter what you think you want to do in terms of making money online, whether it's become a coach, become a consultant, create your own digital products, be a promoter like me and resell the courses and have a really strong stance and vision for helping other people in the way that I help people. Right. I don't just sell courses. Right. If I just sold courses, I would never show up and just give the way that I give. Right. I sell courses to people that need to learn this information. Right? I sell courses to people that need to learn this information, right? Just like a car salesman sells cars to people that come onto his lot wanting to buy a car, right? What I do is very much so needed, right? And like I said, I didn't choose my business path. Like, it literally chose me. This is my passion. This is what I love. So if you want to learn more, right, about these courses, go to makemoneyonlinewithsteph.com or click the link down below in the description. It will take you to a page where you'll see a short video where I share a little bit of something like 3 or 4 minutes long. I have a message there for you, and then you'll see 2 opportunities. You'll be able to check both courses out, and you'll also see a little blurb letting you know about, when you decide to purchase one of the courses, either of them. It doesn't matter. Yes, one's $500 and one's $340. It's up to you, right? The roadmap, comprehensive training on digital marketing and the business of online business. You're going to learn everything from start to finish, right? About growing, starting, or running an online business. Everything you need to know, everything that I know, right? About making did I lose internet? Okay. No ongoing cost. Sorry if my internet just got wonky there. All right. No ongoing cost. $500 one time and lifetime access. All right. And everything I talked about. All right. You can get all the details over at Make Money Online with Steph. Passive Profit Millionaire, right? If you know that you have a digital product direction, whether you want to create your own digital product, like a very simple ebook or a series of ebooks or something digital product related, or you want to learn how to sell digital products, including these courses directly from social media, with an easier flow. It teaches you more of a storefront flow, right, of growing your business and leveraging social media, like really how to create content, create reels, things of that nature, right? Like that's the direction. Passive Profit Millionaire is like a VIP day, right, for digital product creation, selling digital products, and using social media. It's an absolutely wonderful course. That's why I own them both, right? And so depending upon the path that you want to go in, like if you already kind of know the path you want to go into, right, decide to invest into that course. If you know you want both, grab both of them. All right, but all the details are over at makemoneyonlinewithsteph.com. Both courses packed full of information. It's going to help you get set up. You'll have literally everything that you need to learn, right? And to begin creating opportunities for yourself, whether it's creating your own opportunities, right, from business ideas that you have, right? Or whether it's creating opportunities by selling the courses as your own in the same way that I do. So both courses come with master resale rights, which basically means you get to sell them as your own. There's no middleman. There's no affiliate thing going on here. When you go to my link, if you decide to buy, when you decide to buy, you are paying me directly. And so will be the case for you when you get your business set up and your customers are paying you directly. You're literally selling the course as your own. And so both links will actually give you all of the information that you need. And if you do have any questions, all you got to do is just hit me up. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. And remember, right, 26 days to get comped access into my mentorship for all of 2024. My mentorship hub, which is constantly expanding and growing, and then my support community as well. All right. I really hope that you are leaving better than when you came. I hope that you really get the picture and you really understand the message, I should say, that the way my business got to where it is I was committed to the most important thing, and that was learning the business of online business, right? And at this phase, locking in, not being flighty, right? And again, from the very start, being here for the long term. I gave myself no stipulations. I knew I was going to make this my new way of life, right? It didn't matter what I had to learn. I was committed to the learning process. I was committed to being a student. And here's the thing. I was committed to being a student even when it wasn't as easy as y'all have it now. What do I mean by that? I didn't have the big picture. Like when you log into these courses, you're painted with the big picture. It's like you know what's ahead of you. You know what you're building. I didn't know. Like literally, like everything I did, it was a step of faith. And then I would take a step and someone's like, oh, now you got to learn this. And then I would learn it and I would do it. Take another step. Okay, now you got to learn this. And then now you got to learn this. And now there's this. And now I had to keep learning as I went in a way that made me a really, really great online entrepreneur, right? Because I was an action taker. I didn't sit back wondering. I just took action. I took action blind. I took action, messy. I just did it. I did what felt right to do, right? And then more education just kept opening up for me. And because I was a student, I was willing to do it. But I'm telling you, there's just a different world when you can invest into a course and you sit back and like the big picture is painted out for you. Like you know what you're getting into. You understand how all of these things, right, connect. Everything is organized and systematic, and you can just log in day by day, learn, right, pause, do. And before you know it, you look up and you have an entire business built. And you realize how much you learn and how much you grow, right? And how much you want to get out there and help other people if you're like me in the same way, or how excited you are over the business that you've just put together, right? Like it's so gratifying. And so like I'm literally telling you, you really do have the easy road compared to me. But I'm also very thankful for my journey because it's come full circle. And it's reminded me of why I got in this in the first place, is that there's so many people out there that are getting misinformation, misguided, lost, confused, no support, no help. And that's my passion. My passion is literally like, I love promoting, I love marketing, I love selling, right? But I also love being that support mechanism, right? To help other people and to literally like share my wisdom. I love sharing what it is that I know to make other people's lives better. It is a passion of mine. I would be sharing my wisdom one way or another, even without money. Even without money, I'd be talking my head off someplace, right? I'd be talking my head off someplace, right? Sharing with people what it is that I know, what it is that I love, whether it's the word, whether it's business, right? Whether it's relationships, whatever. I would be talking to someone about the things I love in my life, just trying to make another person's world better. But y'all, in this case, I get to have a whole business that I get to run from the internet. I get to go live, get paid, build my email list, get paid, do these fun things, help fun people, right, that want this stuff for themselves and get paid. And believe it or not, you can get yourself set up to do the exact same thing. So I hope that you are leaving better than when you came. I hope that my experience and my journey and breaking things down in this way could like really be an eye-opener, right, to how like I didn't have all my stuff together when I got started. I didn't even know anything about this stuff. Right? Like the joy and the love of digital marketing, right? It came about because I became a student, because I realized I had to learn. All right. So if you want to get your hands on these courses, you want to check them out, go to makemoneyonlinewithsteph.com. If you have any questions whatsoever, just hit reply on any email that you'll receive from me. Once you actually log in and begin to check out the courses, I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And I look so forward to being the mentor in your corner to help you in achieving your online business and make money online goals. Remember, get access to a whole year of mentorship when you take action right now. I will see you guys back in my next live stream or my next video. Good night.